Hello everyone, I'm the Whiskey Enthusiast. Welcome back to my channel. We have a different setup because I'm on holiday, and guess who decided to challenge me again in just literally 1 year apart from last year's challenge of one whiskey for life challenge. Geoff from G Whiskey decided to pass on the one whiskey from each region challenge to me at the exact same time of last year that, again, I was on holiday with my family. Now, I don't know if someone lets him know that I'm on holiday and I need an excuse, a legitimate excuse to day drink and get away from them. I don't know who might tell him that, but he finds the exact moments to do it. So yeah, here we are. All right. I said to Geoff that, actually we did this in the roundtable, which I'll put the link up there. It was on Geoff from Geoff Whiskey's channel. And it was Roy, Vin, me, and Jim. And we did the one whiskey from each region challenge. So I told Geoff that we'd done it, but he said, he literally begged me to take on this challenge because he needs the subs and he needs my help. So here I am helping a friend out. Geoff, you're welcome, my friend. Right. One whiskey per region. Now, there's two questions and two arguments here that presents itself. One of them is, do regions matter? Do they matter anymore? The lines are so blurred. Every region has a different style now, or varied styles. It's not so clear cut. You have unpeated Islas. You have triple distilled Lowlands, twice distilled Lowlands, heavy, meaty Lowlands. It's just, I don't think regions matter anymore. And the official regions don't include islands, but for the argument of this, for the sake of this video, we are adding the islands, and I think we should, but no two islands are the same, let alone no Highland and islands are the same. So it's a classic argument, but for the sake of this challenge, here I'm going. And to not repeat myself, I'll put something else from the round table that I did. So I'll give you the roundtable version and I'll give you my choice of it now. And also, being challenged from Geoff, I have my mystery dram here as well. A clue, this is not from any of the regions. This is not Scottish. So, Highlands, we started with Highlands. On the round table, for the Highlands, I put Glenmorangie Signet. And, it's a beautiful, beautiful whiskey. It's absolutely, I call it tiramisu in a glass. It's gorgeous. But it's very expensive. And again, to not be samesies, for this one, I'm going to put Ardnamurchan Sherry Cask. I did the Ardnamurchan tasting pack, which had the Sauterne as well, which was just absolutely gorgeous, but they've not released it yet as a whole glass, as a whole bottle. But the Sherry Cask, me not being a massive sherry fan, I loved how the Ardnamurchan's peated and unpeated malt, that I find it a bit briny, and that young character, which doesn't feel so young, mixed so well with the sherry cask at 50% ABV. Honestly, I found the last bottle in Edinburgh. The guy promised me it was the last bottle in Edinburgh, but the moment I got home, I had it. It was amazing. Although it did spill a bit in my luggage when I was coming back to Turkey. And that white t-shirt is no longer white. It's a bit reddish and it doesn't go off. But Ardnamurchan Sherry Cask would be my pick of the Highlands. Gorgeous, absolute beautiful whiskey, robust sherry flavors with the peat and with the classic, now classic Ardnamurchan style. Absolute gorgeous whiskey. Now, on to the Speyside. My pick on the round table was the Glenfarclas 15. I love that whiskey. I know a lot of people do as well. I think, 46% ABV does suit well a 15-year-old sherried whiskey. But for this one, I'm going to pick the Benromach cask strength. Batches, doesn't matter. I mean, they do differ, sure. But even the old bottling or the new bottling, which I did a video of, I compared them. I'll put the link up there. They're both fantastic. Benromach has this style of, whiff of smoke covering the sherry and the bourbon notes and that machine shop oil. There is a reason why it's called the Springbank of Speyside. It is that funky note. It's very robust. It's a Moorish whiskey. It's not for everyone. It's a bit challenging, but those notes with the full-on assault of the cask strength, it's what you want. It's fantastic. You can play it around for days with the water, find a sweet spot, or just sip it and enjoy it. So Benromach cask strength would be my pick of the Speyside. On we go to Lowlands. Now Lowlands, a bit of a renaissance happening, a lot of the good stuff. You know, you have your Lockleys, you have your Daft Mills, you have your Lindors, all really good. My pick in the roundtable was a newcomer, Holyrood's Arrival, which again, fantastic, beautiful, beautiful whiskey. I can't believe what they got taste-wise without using any STR casks. And if you can, please go to Holyrood Distillery. The things they do with different yeast strains, different fermentation times, with so many new makes, it's an absolute playground for a whiskey geek. But for this challenge, I think I'm gonna go with a Bladnoch 11. I did the Bladnoch review on the Bladnoch Overload with the Dragon series. Bladnoch 11 is fully ex-bourbon. You have that 11 years of maturation in fully ex-bourbon barrels with the classic lactic funky note of the Bladnoch. It's not for everyone, but I compared it with its new make and I just had it as a whiskey, and it is one of my favorite whiskeys. Not necessarily Lowlands. It is one of my favorite whiskeys. I think it's a beautiful, you know, very mouth-coating, very characterful dram. You just, you're intrigued by it as you drink it. I really enjoy that. So now we go to Highlands, the unofficial, official, non-official region. But we have to put Highlands, so many good players out there. Raasay is a fantastic newcomer. I really enjoy it. That's not going to be my pick. My pick on the roundtable was the Aaron Bothy, yeah. The old bottling, but the new bottling I like as well. That is still one of my go-to whiskies. Funny enough, it was last year's challenge, One Whiskey for Life, was also Aaron Bothy. But for this one, I'm going to pick my whiskey of the year in 2023, the Lag Kilmary. Now, Lag is Aaron's sister distillery, just on the opposite side of the island. They're doing peated whiskeys. So Aaron used to do Macrimore for their peated range. Now they're going to stop doing it. Well, they did stop doing it. And Lag is now taking over the peated production. But it's a different character. And it is amazing. Young whiskey, young peated island whiskey. They have two versions, ex-bourbon, the Kilmary, the one I said. And they have a Corey Cravey sherry cask, fully sherry cask. I didn't think I would like it, but my God, so good. I could have picked that one, but I spent more time with Kilmary and I really, really enjoy it. So my pick of the islands is the Lag Kilmary. And we go to the Daddy-O, Islay, you know, the most epic, the most intriguing, the land of peat. A lot of selections. I picked the Aaron Corey Reckon in the round table. Jim picked the Ugadal, and Jim won more votes. So once and for all also, not once and for all, but that argument got settled on the round table as well. People voted more for the Ugadal. And, you know, both fantastic whiskies. But for this, I am maintaining my thought on Islay means peat to me, and I want cask strength, fully hit your face with a lot of peat notes. And I could have gone with Lafroig 10 cask strength, but for some reason, at this moment, I was feeling Makir Bay from Kilchoman cask strength. Now, Makir Bay is mostly bourbon barrels with a hint of sherry, and Kilchoman peat is different to the others. There are some amazing single cask Kilchomans, and I really like the Snake as well, which has much more sherry in it, which is really nice. And Makir Bay cask strength is just elevating all those notes the Makir Bay gives. Those ex-bourbon barrels shine fantastically with the Kilchoman's unique peat. It's a really, really delicious whiskey. I had no hopes tasting it. You know, I was thinking, you know what, it's going to be young, it's going to be brash, I'm not going to enjoy it. The Makir Bay on its own is good, it's not great, so the cask strength is just going to be brash. No. People at Kilchoman know what they're doing. That cask strength is fantastic. I highly recommend anyone who likes peat, who likes cask strength whiskey, to go and try Kilchoman Makir Bay cask strength. Now, the last region, also Campbeltown, the most elusive of them all. What are we going to find? Like, I could come up with even Springbank 10. You can't find it. My pick was Glen Scotia Victoriana. Glen Scotia is the only distillery in Campbeltown that you can easily find, which is also getting hard as well, but you know, at least easier compared to the other ones. Apart from going to the Campbeltown, secondary market is crazy. Don't spend those crazy amounts of money on Springbank 10, 12, 15, whatever you can find. Kilkerrans, I don't like. Hazelburn, not a fan. So that leaves me with, well, the guys went with Goldrins. I think Vin went with Goldrins, so a blended malt. And Roy went with Campbeltown Lock, also blended malt. Great, more, you know, widely available. I think I'm gonna go with Long Row Peated. I really like the Long Row style. The peated whiskey from Long Row is, I think, a perfect example of an integrating peat into the spirit that's welcoming it. It's not too much, it's not too little. If you like your peat, you're gonna get it with the Long Row. If you want a little bit of that Campbeltown funk, not as much as Springbank, but you're gonna get it with Long Row. It's a no fuss, no muss, really straightforward whiskey. You're not gonna spend hours dissecting it, but you're gonna spend those hours really enjoying it. Long Row Peated is gonna be my choice of Campbeltown. Right, so now that the regions are done, it's time for my mystery pour. My last information about this is it's not good. It's not good. I'll show you what it is. It's a Canadian Club 20-year-old. It's an older bottling, I think from 2020. It's corked, so I put this like wine cork in here. It's 40% ABV, most certainly chill filtered and natural color. You know, it's rye, wheat, barley, and corn. And it just smells a bit base spirity, a bit acetone. There's a hint of caramel there. A bit of bourbon-esque nose. You can smell the corn. But mostly it feels young blended whiskey. Yes, the oak is there. This is married before aging. So they blend it and then they age it. They're not aging different parts of whiskeys after 20 years. They're just putting the vatted bit into the cask to age for 20 years. It's called blended at birth, their style. So nose is very thin and not giving you much. Let's see on the palate. Palate is candy floss, some synthetic sweeteners, incredibly thin, oak spice, some black pepper, a little bit of ginger. Not much to think about, just gone, disappeared with the leaving of a little bit menthol, hint of eucalyptus, and maybe some little bit of chocolate. It's a 20-year-old whiskey, for God's sake. It's supposed to be a little bit more characterful, but I think they chill filtered the crap out of it. The spirit is not amazing. Maybe the casks were tired. It's just a very, very simple. It could be cocktail fodder, or maybe, I mean, it wouldn't take the rocks, so it's not a summer drink. I don't know what you would do with it. I don't like being this harsh on whiskeys, but Canadian Club CC 20-year-old is not my choice of whiskey. Right, guys, if you like this video, if you like this challenge, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It does mean a lot. And let me know what your picks from the regions are. So, with true to this spirit of the challenge, I'm gonna challenge Ash from Whiskey Wars. Go check his channel out, give him some love, and Ash, I want to see what you do. I want to see what you do with this challenge, my friend. So see you guys on the next one. Cheers.